This is 1360 AM, WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJC1360.com.
Okay, everyone, it's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show with your sweethearts of the airwaves who would agree to disagree. Well, sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
Thank you, Thomas. How are you today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
It's the best I could. I had a stroke earlier.
Thomas
I don't know.
the Tank Engine.
Thomas, okay, whatever.
It actually makes no sense. But
you are just in children mode all the time, aren't you?
I am.
Oh,
I can't help it.
Yes, it's okay. We won't get into that.
I need like a booster seat.
Okay.
No, I'm like the mic is short. I guess I'm just short. I need like a booster seat.
You're preaching to the choir.
Oh, I know.
Yes, I can't. Sure. I have to stand on a chair to put on a hat.
Yeah.
Okay. We welcome you again, both of you, to the Doc and Amy Show. We have both of our listeners. I hope you're out there.
I think there's 3 people now.
Really?
She gave birth last week.
Okay, so we have the neonatal part of the demographic.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Hey, you take what you can get.
That's right. That's right. You know, we have other slimy listeners, perhaps as well. I don't know, but this is the Doc and Amy Show. Welcome again. It's 5 p.m. on Sunday, and we want to encourage you to call in. We've done this before to no avail, so I'm going to do it again. This is the Doc and Amy Show. Call us at 856-227-1360. I'm going to repeat that number for those of you who are slow as I am. 856-227-1360. Get by the phone. I know you're probably relaxing. You don't have a whole lot to do. If you're going to waste time, you might as well do it here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun here. He's already yawning. Thank you, John. Alrighty.
I thought his name was Thomas.
I don't care. We have actually today our listenership has actually expanded itself 100% in just one show because we have 2 people in the lobby who are listening.
Yes. We have people stalking us now.
We actually they were hitchhiking. We picked them up. We brought them here. And said, you're going to have an hour to kill.
We won't mention that we put a gun to their head to make them come, but we'll keep that part out of it.
Okay. I kind of took a right-hand turn there, and it's not something I can say on the radio.
Okay.
We do, last week, if you'll remember, we had a phenomenal guest, Todd Chappelle, and he just regaled us with some major works of his own, what do I want to say? Some works based on bacon and beer.
Yeah.
And
fun stuff.
All of the things that are really important in a man's life, and he regaled us with that. We may play a selection for you again.
And that is actually our word of the day. You didn't...
What?
Regaled.
Regale?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so if you have galed once and you enjoyed it, please regale. Whatever. I have no idea what's going on here. Like I said, I had a stroke earlier, and I'm not taking any responsibility for what I say. Today, what we have a few things to talk about. We do have a surprise correspondent who's going to join us later. So we will be working on that as well. We certainly encourage call-ins. We do have a few folks out there who I think actually have been kind of marginally following our progress. So we would like to hear from them and see what kind of things are on their mind. There are a few things that we wanted to discuss today, and basically what we're talking about now is the weird things that Doc and Amy do as a rule of thumb.
We only have an hour, just remember that.
I'm going to pare it down.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just going to hit the high points of the weirdness of Doc and Amy. One of the things... I just happened to... I thought, what kind of things can we talk about? And I walked around and just took inventory of the weirdness around our house. And one of the things that I will take the blame or credit for, however you look at it, on the refrigerator, there is...
Oh, here we go with the refrigerator.
Yes, our refrigerator looks like a preschool bulletin board. Basically, it's got all kinds of garbage on the outside and the inside. But we magnetize things and put them on the outside. One of the things that my only addition to the outside of our refrigerator is the periodic table of the elements.
That is very true.
It is. And,
such a geek.
But no, it really helps me in my recipes. You know, I mean, you want to, you know, try to get that right flavor and that right mixture, and, you know, you want to know how much cesium to really put in the gravy.
Yeah, I know. That's what always gets me is the cesium.
Cesium, yes.
I think Doc needs to take a sip of his drink, but he can't stop talking. So go ahead, honey. Take a sip of your drink. Go ahead.
Well, I would, but it's so moving. No, I
whistle the Smurf song.
I put a lot of bourbon in it so that it it kind of cuts the acrylic nature of the drink.
No, our
thank you, darling, for saying
our refrigerator has pictures of my nieces and nephews and the kids, and a drawing that Harrison made, and a periodic table, a few magnets that I bought you, and then magnets we bought on vacation of the different states we visited. I don't think it's anything, and a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a shopping list thing. So I can get you the stuff that you
want.
And
another calendar. And another
No, there's only one calendar.
There is, if you look in our kitchen, John, if you come to the house, I want you to look in the kitchen and see if you can find the refrigerator.
The kids can.
Well, no kidding. I mean, they have that special GPS, the
oh my gosh.
Yeah, they can, because when they're in there, the door is always open. You know?
And the fridge.
We don't need any other lights in the house.
No,
really.
no. And the fridge right now is so packed full. It's like packed from front to back, and then top to bottom. We have like jars of things with like lettuce stuffed on top, and because I can't fit, it's packed. Like you can't fit anything else in there. And by the end of the week, it'll be empty.
You know, have you seen those old movies, John, where you've seen them loading a cannon?
Yeah,
that's how we put our groceries away.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. They just eat like it's. There's not going to be food tomorrow. But anyway, enough about our refrigerator.
Oh, this is
although it's very exciting.
This is the finest hour of radio, ladies and gentlemen, the Doc and Amy Show here on WNJC 1360. We do encourage you to call in and try to provide some kind of substance to this garbage.
Yeah, really.
It is 856-227-1360. And I had an occurrence, and I don't know, if John, if you, because we talked last week about John and what a romantic guy he is.
Yeah.
Because on Valentine's Day, John made the trek to Florida from here to surprise his girlfriend. And I could just hear the hearts melting last week. But that was a special thing. That is something that guys should do. And again, I congratulate you for that. And again, I'm probably going to at some point be very angry at you for setting the bar that high for the rest of us. But that's something that, you know, you do. You know, you want to try to make things special. Well, I did something really stupid for Valentine's Day, and it didn't turn out stupid, and the sentiment wasn't stupid, but the stupid part of it was that I went into Victoria's Secret to try to find something for my sweetie. Okay, guys should not go into Victoria's Secret unattended. Unsupervised.
Unattended?
Yes. You should have a woman with you, because have you ever been in there and see what kind of looks that you get when you walk in?
Yeah,
oh, my God. Sure. It's like you walked into Curves. It's crazy. It's nuts. First of all, you get across the threshold. Usually, if you're trying to shoplift something, that little beeper thing goes off.
I hate when that happens.
Well, if a guy goes in there alone, it happens on the way in. Okay, because there's a general alarm that goes off, like, you know, battle stations, and they call security immediately. Okay, and every eyeball bulges out, every mouth gapes open, and it's like you're totally in non-man territory. And it's crazy. I mean,
that when I go in Home Depot.
No, girls can go in. It's just crazy. The girls can go in the sporting goods stores.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And nobody cares.
Oh, the inequity.
Well, but they're lost because they're looking at the guy at the counter. Says, "I'm sorry, it said Dick's." But I walk into Victoria's Secret, and it's weird. I mean, I'm looking at the advertisements and things. You know, they got the Wonder Bras. They came out with those. They're still using these things where they push them up and squish them in and all this, and then they wear the low cut blouse. You know, the first time I saw that happen, I looked at the sign. I'm thinking, her butt's making a break for it. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, that just can't be comfortable.
Oh.
And what's the point, really? I mean, I'm asking you, as a woman, what's the point to take your anatomy and put it in that little garbage compactor thing?
Some people need to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Notice she said some people.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, I'm not going to elaborate as to why, but it is necessary.
Well, to keep track of those?
Yeah.
Okay. It's right there where I can just, they're a chin rest now. She shuts one eye, takes a good deep breath, sees Popeye. Hello. Whatever. But girls do some weird stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
definitely.
Oh, yeah. Just beat up on girls now.
Well, I'm following my script.
Girls, the call-in number is 227-1360.
I dare ya.
Help me here.
Yes, I dare you. I'm prepared for this because this is not my first day. Okay? Go for it. No, what? I was listening now. Yesterday, we're standing outside. Amy sees somebody she knows. It didn't dawn on her at first who it was. And then finally, you can hear the wheels turning and things clicking and all that. And she goes, "Oh, my God," and runs over, and there's all this hugging and stuff. And so she turns to me and says, "This is so-and-so. This is my aunt's, niece's, neighbor's, cousin's, elevator operator's, gardener's brother-in-law."
It's my brother's wife's uncle's girlfriend. It's very simple.
Could you keep track of that?
No.
It's not that hard.
I'm like, this is my friend. This is my relative. That's as far as it goes.
But the best part is that Franny was coming to visit a friend of hers who lives a few doors down, and Franny tells him the same thing in reverse about me.
And they never stutter. They never stutter.
No,
it's like my brother's gardener's, elevator operator's, landscapers, cousins, brothers.
It's true. She did the same thing.
Okay, I'm trying to show her how to program the stove, and there are too many steps, but she can take.
No, because I got the instruction booklet. Because women know how to read instructions.
And I still had to do it.
You still did it quicker than me.
Because, that is a straight, very direct series of events. You don't have to go to third cousins and off into the, the stratosphere to make these connections.
I did do that yesterday.
It was incredible. And she's like, and she said, "This is," and she started in that, and I'm like, and I didn't know what to say. I said, "You lost me at this." I had no clue. So that's one of the things that I really want. I would love from this point going forward for women to consider when they start telling us who someone is. If it's going to be more than 2 steps, just give us the name and let us shake hands and go on about our business, if you don't mind. So that's my
fine.
Okay, that's my suggestion. I mean, just to keep things simple. If you want guys to operate on under the prime directive, you need to keep it simple.
But why do women do that? It's so true, because she did the same thing when she was introducing me to her
I was
friend.
asking you. Why are you asking me?
No, I just think it's weird. Like, why do women do it and men don't?
I have no clue. Well, okay, now let's ask John, and he won't know either.
John would.
I don't know.
John would be like, "Oh, it's my
I-
cousin's blah blah blah." He probably wouldn't even remember the person's name. That's how guys are. So.
Yes, I remember this. That's
Yeah.
what this is, and that's what I get.
Yeah.
So everybody that Amy introduced me to, their name is This Is.
That's great.
We as we've gone off onto that diatribe, so sorry about that. I did want to address that because I thought maybe someone out there, one of you or both of you, might be able to call in and tell us what's that all about. Anyway, I'm just. Well, okay, it's just something that struck me, and I'm here for edification as well as,
Man, you're breaking out the vocab today. Diatribe, edification, regaled. People can learn a lot from this show.
Right, I went from D to E to R. I left out a lot of consonants, so I'll be working to fill
I know
in those
my
gaps
kids
there.
are listening, so they better be writing down these vocabulary words.
Right. I've
getting
seen
quizzed
them.
when the show's over.
Okay, we won't be struggling with spelling anymore. They're going to know every word in the English language after this hour. Okay. We do love coming to you every Sunday at 5 p.m. And I'm just hoping that we get some input here and some folks jump in on this because we do have a lot of fun with this. What we may do in a little bit, I would like to kind of back up to last week's show and maybe give you a taste of what Todd did with Todd Chappelle did with this. Sorry, Amy insisted I take a drink, and now I'm going to vomit all over the table.
Yummy.
Well, you pick up your papers. He was very entertaining, as John will attest. We had a lot of fun last week, so that's all over this week. So we may just visit that again. Amy has some things that she, as always, has prepared. I wanted to give her a little time to, let us know what kind of things she has dug up out of the international zeitgeist, and maybe tell us. I went to Z that time. Hello
again.
Okay, I'm done. I went to Z. We're done. No, tell us what kind of things that you have dug up, and see what we can glean from that.
Okay, well, the first story I have
Glean. That's G.
Glean.
Yeah, E-F-G. Okay,
yeah.
Good. Okay.
The first story is about Bradley Manning. He is the guy. Do you remember? This was probably back.
I know
in the
Eli
summer.
and I know Peyton.
Yeah, I know. No, it's not his.
Okay, all right.
He's not a relation to him. I
see. All right.
He works, I think, for the State Department.
Oh,
and
that
he's
guy.
the guy who leaked everything for the WikiLeaks.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about that?
I have.
It caused a big stir. He leaked like thousands of government documents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I guess his defense team and the prosecutors were talking this last week, and he decided to accept a naked guilty plea for leaking those hundreds of documents to Wiki. So, after that news story was announced, Lindsay Lohan, who's facing a California judge for her illegal driving back in the summer, this coming week she's going to be doing that. She said, yeah, I want that naked plea thing too. And there was no word on whether cameras will be allowed in the courtroom to see that.
That's going to be a packed courtroom right there, boy.
Yeah. So.
Again, I wonder if you can get that for anything.
Yeah, you know what? I never heard of that before. Apparently, do you know what that is? If you do, just pretend like you don't, so I can tell you.
I really don't care. I just thought, if I can go into court naked, I won't have to worry about what to wear. I could just shave some time right off the top.
No, apparently, usually when somebody pleads guilty, the defense team and the prosecutors negotiate some kind of maximum sentence. Okay?
Okay.
In this case, with this naked guilty
I'm going to pretend I'm totally unfamiliar with this process. Go ahead.
Okay, so the naked guilty plea means they don't. So they aren't putting a cap on
it's just
sentence.
Yeah, you get what you get, right?
I've never heard of that.
Wow.
Why would you plead guilty? I guess he's just hoping for them to be generous in their...
He's looking for leniency.
Leniency.
That's L. Keep track of this, John.
I'm going to start writing this down. I'm learning some new words today. I never heard that word before.
You never heard leniency?
Oh, please.
Never mind. Okay.
No, so I just think that's... you just wonder why he would take a plea like that.
I don't care.
No, but I'm just interested. I
can only imagine that in the backroom dealings and discussions that was probably his only option. I mean, if he's caught red-handed leaking national security secrets, because I used to deal with classified material, and you signed that U.S. code, and in the Navy it was under the 5510 Bravo or some kind of rule where. Oh my God, the phone's ringing. I hope it's for us.
It's probably a wrong number. No, they hung up. The phone rang.
It was Lindsay Lohan. Anyway.
It was a rep.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he realized,
my gosh, that's too funny.
He didn't want to be on the phone naked, so whatever. I can only imagine that, in looking at that, there was no other way to go. Really?
Probably.
I mean, that's pretty cut and dried. When you sign that thing, and it delineates what you're allowed to do with the classified material, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
he's in a boatload of trouble.
He's done.
Yep.
Well, thank you. We're going to be following, certainly, I don't care about the Manning guy, but we'll be looking in on the Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, we don't care about someone leaking government documents. We just care about Lindsay Lohan. Yeah.
Well, making a naked plea. I can't imagine, that, Britney Spears is probably going, oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
All I did was get out of a car.
I know.
Okay.
Really?
That's very good. And now, is there an extension?
Yeah, I have just some more news.
Oh, sure, go for it.
There's more than one story.
Why not? We have like an hour to kill. Go for it.
I know. So after a landmark study that determined that people who visit national landmarks Aardvarks, people who visit.
People who visit national aardvarks. Yes, they're at Mount Rushmore. There are 4 aardvarks carved in granite. Whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, so there was a landmark study that determined that people who visit national landmarks are 15 times more likely to vote Democratic. So after hearing that, Republicans draft a bill that would make visiting a landmark illegal, which isn't surprising that they would do something like that. So that would, of course, make it illegal for Congress to meet in the Capitol building, which means Congress can't work, which is really no different than what they've been doing anyway. So
by extension, what they're going to do is, all go in there and enter naked pleas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So apparently people are saying that John Boehner's secondary motivation was that he likes to work in his comfy jammies and eat Pop-Tarts while he works. Plus, driving to work is boring and my feet hurt when I wear dress shoes.
I don't pronounce it Boehner.
It is Boehner.
I know, but I don't pronounce it.
I looked it up because I knew you'd bust my chops.
I know exactly how it's supposed to be.
And you also say, instead of Zoe Deschanel, you say Zooey.
Because it's spelled Zooey.
It's
Zoe.
not Zooey.
Zoe, she's the only one who spells Zoe that way.
Well, it's Zoe. It's not Zooey. Who names their kids Zooey?
Who
Unless
spells
it's Dweezil Zappa or
who
something.
puts zoo in the name and doesn't pronounce it that way?
I don't know. That's a good question.
There you go.
So, apparently the moral of that story is John Boehner's in
There's nothing more.
And he doesn't
about
like
that
wearing
story.
dress shoes.
So what they should do is if the Democrats are, if visiting national landmarks and historic places is going to promote the ongoing Democratic kind of leaning, maybe Mount St. Helens and the Titanic crash site should become landmarks so that we can either burn them or drown them. Okay, whatever. Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hint at anything. We are diametrically opposed on politics, religion, child rearing, breathing in and out, every kind of thing you can think of, and yet in 5 years we've never had a crossword. So I don't know.
No, we haven't.
Right.
Just a cross look. And give him the eagle.
Oh, I've gotten the look. You better believe it. You
Easton or something.
No, I've gotten the look. Actually, she can melt glass with that look, John. I'm not kidding.
No, all the kids, they just stop in their tracks when they see the look. They do. They stop in their look. I'm giving him the look now, and he's just.
That's not even close to the look. You're giving that was more like curiosity.
That was more like curiosity.
Yes. And she was looking at me like that earlier because I pulled up I was on the internet, which I have discovered how to do now, and I was looking at my email page, right?
Uh-huh.
Guess how many emails I have on my email page in my inbox unanswered?
Is it a lot?
It's a lot.
That would suggest that, yes.
Over 200?
Oh. What
an amateur. I have 6,035.
Yeah, I can't live like that.
No.
Like, mine gets cleaned out every day.
Mm-hmm.
I still have stuff I have to keep that I have to follow up on and stuff, but I have, 18 different folders that things go into, and then rankings of things, and I just, no.
I don't care. It's not like they're going to pile up outside the computer. Okay?
No,
it's not like the
I
room
can't take
is
that.
full of old emails.
No.
I don't care.
It's like living in a room with ping pong balls. I don't know where I came up with that.
I have never suffered that condition, and I really don't want to. I'll just do the naked plea.
Oh, my gosh.
No. Living in a room with ping pong balls.
I don't know. I just pictured myself in a room full of ping pong balls and having to get around.
I've pictured you that way myself. I don't know.
All right, so I have something else, and this is in regard.
You can't hurt a thing.
No,
so
I
go
can't.
Ahead.
I can't. This is the time of year that the Girl Scouts sell Girl Scout cookies.
Oh God!
And I did that when I was, a kid. But when I was a kid, we were allowed to do door to door. So I got my little red wagon and loaded it up with Girl Scout cookies. And me and my sister would knock doors and sell them. So
you know what? I've just written about a half an hour of material just like that fast. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
you planted the idea.
Yeah. Apparently, the Girl Scouts of America have pulled down the banner that Honey Boo Boo's Mama June posted on her Facebook page, which asked people to buy Girl Scout cookies, and they pulled that banner down stating, excuse me, that it is unfair to other Girl Scouts because she has such a wild, big following.
Who?
Honey Boo Boo, the
What
show.
is a Honey Boo Boo?
Oh, please, everybody knows what Honey Boo Boo is.
Okay.
It's that show with that
Is that the
little
guy that
pudgy
followed Yogi
girl
Bear around?
and the big mom, like Mama June.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's a TV show. It's called
there
something
you go.
Honey Boo Boo. I don't know. So apparently, Mama June replied through her rep that she just wanted to help Honey Boo Boo's friend, who is a Girl Scout. Okay, and if she couldn't sell the 400 boxes she had, she would just eat them all. And then she ended her statement with "Nanny Boo Boo," which just confirms that she has the sense of humor and maturity of a 5-year-old who was dropped several times as a baby.
So, okay, and I hate to do this. I hate to back up when you have put so much work into these things. Honey Boo Boo is...
Have you heard of that show?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never actually watched
Either
it, but
have I.
I know that everyone
We
does.
saw it. We were watching something. What were we watching? Wait.
I must have blacked out.
No, we were
something.
watching a show, and then...
She grabbed my hand. What the hell?
And then another show came on after that. It was a stupid show. And, like toddlers and... No. The cheerleading thing, where the cheerleading moms... And we were... John, we
Yes,
were sitting there.
I'm sure I was transfixed
We
at
don't
all
watch...
of that.
We don't really watch TV. So we're both sitting on the coffee table.
We throw things at it.
No, we really don't. But we're sitting on the coffee table, like 2 feet in front of the TV, watching this show about cheerleading moms like this, and commercials come on and everything, and we're like, there's
And
like
it's all just as stupid.
No,
Yeah.
we're like there's 5 minutes left in the show, and I looked at him like, what the hell are we doing? I'm like, what are we doing?
You have
What
one
are
life
we
to live, and you're throwing it away.
this
Right?
crap? Like,
Okay, John, let me tell you. I was a gymnastics coach. I competed for 6 years. I coached for 5. And by extension, I got into coaching cheer tumbling. Okay, and this is from, because the way cheer moms are, the cheer moms, the stage, those kind of moms, you start coaching from the womb. You cut the umbilical cord and you have them tumbling right away, and up to college. Okay, so and I was pretty good at it, and I was teaching the cheer tumbling, and the moms were the worst. If I had just had the kids, no problem.
Yeah,
I had that covered, but the moms were insufferable. Okay, so we started watching the show, and it was
all coming back.
This was the only reality in reality television.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of scripting.
They were
and
nuts.
Editing and things like that, but it was real to life.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the Honey Boo Boo thing, I don't remember.
Well, no, it was a commercial when we were watching that.
Oh, it was just a commercial.
Yeah, it was just a commercial that came on. You're like, who is that?
Oh, I probably thought it was for some
like
kind of video game.
And know what
or
he said?
something.
He said, she can get a show, but I can't. Like, they're just, no offense to
And
them.
look
but
at
they're
us now.
just dumb. I know. Now we've hit the big time.
Whoa.
No. And we were just sitting there, and I'm like, what are we, I literally said, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we were just sitting there staring at him, like, what are we, like, I just wasted 25 minutes of my life on this.
And we just wasted 5 again.
I know, talking about
whatever.
it. No
Okay.
kidding.
So if you'd like to waste some of your life, you can call us at 856-227-1360 and just call me Honey Booby. Because that's what I'll gain 60 pounds and get my own show, apparently. Maybe shave off, or add like 120 pounds and
120?
slouch. Go away.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you have. Is there something else?
Yeah, I have a little.
Equally
I have a
scintillating
couple other
that you
things.
can-
We can kind of space it out, but
I've already spaced out. Go ahead.
I have some information about a new movie that's coming out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That we can.
So, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but Nicolas Cage has been in a lot of movies in the last, 2 years or so. Apparently, he starred in over 10 films. 10 films.
10 films.
No, he's been in 10 films in the last 18 months, okay?
Really?
And most people speculate that it's because of the big tax lien he owes the government. Apparently, he owes them, $2 million. So
How about he's an actor? That's what he does.
No, but he's
working.
He's in the red big time. So in order to pay off his tax liens, he decides to shoot an independent film. And he says it's going to combine the storylines and characters that he's played throughout his film career.
Oh, kind of a composite.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
So I'm going back. That's a C. I went from D to C.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
both ways
not a big
through
word,
the
but
alphabet.
anyway. So the name of the film
Communist.
The name of his new film is going to be The Moonstruck Peggy Sue Got Married, Took a Honeymoon in Vegas, Got Snake Eyes while playing Captain Corelli's mandolin and guarding Tess, and when leaving Las Vegas, was trapped in paradise while raising Arizona with Matchstick Men and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now, apparently, the follow-up to that movie, which is The Moonstruck Peggy Sue Got Married, Took a Honeymoon in Vegas, Got Snake Eyes while playing Captain Corelli's mandolin and guarding Tess, and when leaving Las Vegas was trapped in paradise while raising Arizona with Matchstick Men and the Sorcerer's Apprentice 2, is going to be out in theaters in 2014. Now, if anyone...
How much of your life did you waste on
has
that?
not guessed... No, that all my news is made up. Now you know. No, but I actually went on IMDb... And I'm sitting there looking I'm like, oh my God, like, this is the best, because there's lots of stuff about, like, he had the 3 things about Vegas, and then the Snake Eyes movie, and then I'm like, this is great. Like, some people's movies you couldn't make a story out of, but this was easy. So it was pretty fun. Shut up.
Okay, I have no idea how to follow that, but I have a listing on IMDb as well. So it's that was a couple of years ago. I never would have thought that, but
we had Bob on a couple weeks ago.
Exactly,
and that you were in his movie.
You're a policeman. That is correct.
Man,
policeman.
Policeman. I got to get rid of the South Jersey accent.
Policeman. I was a first responder. First thing I did was go to Dunkin' Donuts.
No, you did.
Yes. No, I never would have thought that would have been the case. So, what we'd like to do here at this point, we've got a lot of things to talk about. We are going to get in touch with our correspondent. He is our middle school correspondent. He's going to be telling us. Now, we'd like to appeal to all ages here at the Doc and Amy Show, which you can find at www.thedocandamyshow.com. And if you're a twit, you can also reach us at Doc and Amy Show. That's it, right? At Doc and Amy Show. Okay.
At Doc and Amy Show.
I'm not very twittish. I don't twit. And if you do twit, you can follow us. The Phillies follow us.
We hit the big time.
Yeah, they actually the police follow us. No, we have we're trying to expand our social presence, and we do have a website. We do have the whatever. I have no idea what it is. I just know that at some point people push 140 buttons and there they are. Whatever. You're certainly welcome to do that. Now, do we have what we have is our middle school correspondent, our young man Nico, who is going to talk to us about an upcoming event here fairly locally in West Deptford. So we were interested in that. We want to talk to him. Nico, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, Nico, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Everyone, this is Nico. He is, 12?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know Nico.
12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please just answer the questions. That's all. And we're delighted to have you. Now, as I understand it, you have a local event that you're going to bring to us today, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to give you the floor here to let us know what this is and how people can enjoy it.
All right, thank you, Doc.
Sure.
So in Greenfields Elementary School in West Deptford, New Jersey, there's going to be a book fair at 6 p.m. Monday, Monday tomorrow.
Okay.
And there is going to be a large selection of books, school supplies, and a lot of trinkets you can buy.
Trinkets?
It's also ice cream that is very cheap and very delicious. It has magical properties.
I want some of that.
There are two things that I really enjoy, Nico, and that's trinkets and ice cream.
Yeah.
Can those be mixed without any fatalities?
He doesn't
hello.
answer that question.
No, that's good. Now, is this something they do every year?
Yeah, yes, they do this every year, and all the money raised from this fundraiser will go to the PTO to support the school.
That's
and
what
get
they're
new books for the school.
Right. That's what they're telling you. Actually, they're going to embezzle all of that, and they're going to buy booze with it. You know that, don't you? Hello.
He's afraid to answer.
I don't want to put him on the spot, right?
Himself.
Yeah, because he has to go back there. So now you've attended this thing. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now give us your personal description, your personal take on this. Is it a lot of fun, or is there a lot of stuff to do?
Yeah, I've been to them, and it's very fun to hang out with your friends, and there's a lot of interesting books you can have, and the ice cream is delicious.
Good. Well, now I have no friends. We'll get that out of the way right. And I think we've established that on the show already. So there's ice cream. Now, is that the extent of the food? Do they have any any other drinks or water or peanuts or anything like that?
Peanuts?
Well, okay. Don't become a mob. I mean, it's basically kind of an ice cream social / book fair. Is that what we're talking about? That's for you, Nico.
So, yes.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to go with the flow here. Now, this is for the Greenfields Elementary.
Yes, it's all the money's going to go to support the school.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that they're not finding enough in taxes and things like that to help them out. So this is at 6:00 tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay, and there's plenty of parking, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there should be.
Okay. And people can get there by cab. Is there a train? Does the speed line go close to that or anything? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. Well, that's good to know. That's something, and maybe we can get by there and get some of that ice cream because I love ice cream. And what flavor ice cream are you looking forward to there?
There should be vanilla and some other flavors.
Really?
That I do not know.
Okay. And now what's the flavor of ice cream that you normally gravitate to?
Vanilla.
Really? You're a very bland person, apparently, Nick. No,
I know that.
I like vanilla too, though. Because you can put lots of stuff on it and dress it up. So that's you have everywhere to go from vanilla.
Yeah.
Now, will you be available from time to time to keep us posted on other things that are happening out there?
Yep.
Okay, good. And now this event is not at your school, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now who is going to the school that you know? Who is we're reporting this for? Is it your brother goes to the school?
Yes.
Oh, what's his name?
It should
What's your brother's name?
It should help get a lot more books and.
We don't care about books, Nico. we don't. No one here reads. No. So it's your brother's school. What's his name?
What's your brother's name, Nico?
Oh, okay. My brother's name is Harrison. He's in 4th grade.
Oh, in 4th grade. Okay, so now.
Is he older than you? Did he fail a couple times, or is he actually?
Yes, he's 6 feet tall, 280. No, as I understand it, you both do very well in school.
Mhm.
Okay, well, and it shows because you're a delightful correspondent. Now, a couple of things here. Now, how, did you get along with Harrison? You don't call him names like Crap Talk or something like that.
You would never
Be
call
honest.
him Crap Talk, right?
I'm putting you on the spot. Okay. Well, Nico, we do thank you for sharing that with us. Our listeners are going to, I'm sure, take advantage of that.
Flock to the book
now,
fair.
give us that. Just a brief synopsis again. What it is, where it is, and what time.
It is at Greenfield Elementary School in West Deptford at 6:00 tomorrow night.
Okay.
Awesome.
Very good. Well, Nico, we thank you. We always enjoy talking to folks out and about, and we have never had a middle school correspondent before, so we are going to be looking forward to seeing if there are other things that you can delight us with and keep us informed. So you stand by so that in the future we can maybe talk to you again. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Nico.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All All right, you too.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Well, that was our middle school correspondent, Nico, who is telling us about a book fair that's going to be happening tomorrow night at Greenfield
That would be
Elementary.
a great thing to go to.
I think so. I think, and there will be no naked plea bargains or anything like that. We can only hope. I don't know what they do there in West Deptford, but we're going to have to assume. Now, we're talking to kids here. This is kind of a kids-oriented thing. Now, a lot of times, folks, one of the first questions they ask you, do you have any pets? Mm-hmm. And most of the time, they refer to childhood. Did you have any pets as a kid? I don't know why that is, why there's a requirement for pets when you are a child. But people will ask you that. Now, when you were a child, did you get that? People ask you about pets you had as a child?
Well, you know what? I think the reason behind that is because kids, not to be rude to any kids, but kids don't have that much going on in their life besides their friends and school and pets. Yeah. And if they have a pet, it's a big part of their lives. And I think that's why people ask that. I think it kind of makes sense.
We had several pets, as I was, that were a big, and they were delicious. No, actually, we had. Here's the kind of the rundown of pets that I recall from my very early youth, as far back as I can remember. We had 2 fish, an Oscar and a piranha.
Mm-hmm. I saw the piranha in a jar.
Yes. He was right next to the 5-legged frog that we had for a few years.
In the garage. No, we're not making this up. This is actually true.
This is 100% gospel right here.
Frog with 5 legs and a piranha in a jar.
If you were on the had us tuned in before we got here, gospel is nothing unusual. We had a 5-legged frog, and we had 2 monkeys, a spider monkey and a capuchin. The spider monkey, they said it was a monkey. It was actually a fully automated high-speed biting machine. And then we had the capuchin monkey, and this was a monkey who was my mentor. This guy, he was a genius. It was a comedic. He was a maniac. It was a lot of fun. I had snakes, I had turtles, I had chickens, I had rabbits. I had other fish. My sister had cats. They didn't last long.
Oh, God.
And that's a long story. But
I don't want to hear that story.
Yeah, I had sea monkeys. I had you name it. We had. It was Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
Would have probably learned something, coming to our house. It was amazing. So that's why I asked, because people think that's unusual that we had monkeys. And most people who came to our house thought it was unusual that they had meat. So whatever, because it was pretty much the same, that there, people have amazing amounts, a wide variety of pets and so forth. Now, what we'd like to do, just for a couple of minutes, if we can make this happen, I don't know. A few weeks ago, I believe it was late November, around Thanksgiving, I did a PBS show. Now, I do stand-up comedy, for those of you who haven't been following the show, and I imagine that's just almost everyone. But I do stand-up comedy. I do hour sets, and in the Midwest, I had the Out of Nowhere Comedy Tour, had a group of comics, and we drop a comedy club scenario right in a place. We had 3 camera shoots, lights, sound, everything was right there. It was a full-blown production.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, and I did this for PBS. This is a child. It was a
kid-friendly.
Kid-friendly.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was.
A kid-friendly
my
thing.
Kids were in the audience.
Yes, so. there were some children there. It's PBS,
Yeah.
And so, which stands for prepubescent, whatever. So
sequestration.
I don't know. We'll come up with some other big words for that later, maybe next week. But what it was, like the night before, I wrote this in order to accommodate that, and I took a nap in the car on the way there.
Yeah, you did. While I was driving and getting lost.
And we went into the studio. There was a live audience and so forth, and we did this. Wanted to kind of give you a couple of minutes, a taste of that. So we're going to do that right now. This is a live PBS version of What Doc Does on Stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely pleased to present Doc.
harbinger right there. So we've got had a lot of talent up here so far, huh? That's about to come to a screeching halt. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I recently got married. And, yeah, whatever. And one of the things that happens when you get married, there's a completely different set of expectations. First of all, what I've noticed is there's a 30-day grace period, and then all of a sudden the intensive behavior modification begins. When you get married, women become dietary experts. I don't. I got agreement right there. We all know what happens. I wasn't aware that this was going to happen until it did. Apparently, there's some kind of magical property to fiber that I wasn't aware of. And I still don't know why, but apparently the fiber is the magic of the universe. And she's talking about oats and things. She wants me to eat oatmeal, all these things with oats and fiber. I said, you ever seen a 53-year-old horse? It's really not pleasant. But I get all this fiber, and what she's basically done to me is turned me into a slightly chubby, happy guy, and I transformed from that into a mustachioed, emaciated salad shooter at one point. And that's not something you want. I mean, you don't want to be second in line at the Dunkin' Donuts, and then all of a sudden, you got gravy with your biscuit. You know what I'm saying? You just have to walk up there and just tell them you want anything with lots of cheese and a handful of napkins. Thank you. I'm going to take this with me. I like to move around a little bit. It's corded. I have to take all the pirouettes out of my bed. I can't even see with these on. That's incredible. One of the things that happened in a previous marriage, the things that go away. Basically, testosterone just goes away. One Saturday, I went downstairs and I said, I'm going to Home Depot. I'm going to go get some stuff. And I was going to go get some stuff. I was going to go get some tools and stuff. Man stuff, guy stuff. And she says, oh, thank God you're going out, because I have to go to Michael's, and I wanted to stop by Linens and things, and I wanted to go to the flower shop, and there's some shoes I wanted to pick up, and there's a solid, and crap. I said, go ahead and get in the car, honey. Yeah, that'll be all right. I don't need these. So, sometime later, I forgot. I came down and announced that, I wanted to change the oil in the car. And she says, oh, thank God you're going out. And I didn't even let her finish. I said, don't forget the filter. It's crazy. It's... And I get in trouble. I get in trouble when I'm married. The things that I say just don't work out. I find myself usually in just about enough hot water to poach a blue whale. I was married one time. And I've been married a few times. And is there any wonder? This one lady I was with had 4 daughters. And that didn't turn out well for me either. They were cheerleaders. Somebody shares my pain. And they were constantly practicing, and I could feel that in deep to my soul when they were, it was just an affront to all of the things, anything to do with testosterone. I'd walk out there, and what I'm hearing during their cheers is like, 2, 4, 6, 8, who will we emasculate? You! I discovered at that point that basically estrogen and quicksand share a lot of similar properties. About the 3rd day that I was in that relationship, I was right about here. I was going submerged in the estrogen, and it taught me 2 things. Just like quicksand, try not to struggle, and for God's sake, don't open your mouth. But that was quite some relationship. But you see red flags in relationships. And girls see this all the time. You hear them talking about that. Oh, that was a big red flag. What? I don't see any... I just missed all of them. And with this woman, if there were red flags visible, it would have looked like the United Nations, okay? The one thing about it was she had been married several times before. And this, until I got, fully involved and committed to the relationship, I didn't know this. And she'd been married several times before. Didn't really you come fully to fruition in my mind until she came out. You know, the groom is not supposed to see the bride before the wedding. She comes out, and I see her in her dress, and it's got like merit badges on it. It was crazy. She that should have been a red flag. You know, we argued about money like other couples do. We only argued about one item having to do with money. There was this recurring mystery expense on our budget, and come to find out, she had a wedding party on retainer. So that, you know, I don't know. And she was a product of her mother. Her mother was no joy. My mother-in-law was one of those people, the holier-than-thou, nobody could do anything right kind of people. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Right, who passed out the Salmonex out there? And she was one of those people, and I didn't, really get the full gist of that until one time she was in the hospital. She'd been there a few days, and they had Miss Know-It-All, holier-than-thou in there, and we're out in this area waiting for an update. And this tired, ticked-off-looking nurse comes out there to give us an update, and she was able to let us know that after some time and generous doses of morphine, they were able to upgrade her condition from critical to outspoken. All righty then. Well, there you go.
Okay, well, we have a guest on today.
Yeah.
He is the professor. And the professor, we've known him for a long time, and he basically travels around to different venues and answers those questions that we've always wanted the answer to, but we never had.
Oh,
So,
that's right. Yeah.
welcome, Professor.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So my first question was, can you tell me a bit more about the first atomic bomb?
Oh, the first atomic bomb. Oh, yeah. I worked with these guys, this Oppenheimer, this Fermi, these guys. Oh. And they had this big jar, this big metal, in the desert, and they said, we're going to call this, they wanted to try to find a name for it.
Okay.
All right, the name for it. And they settled on Little Boy. Right? Little Boy. I said, no, you call it Old Boy. That thing going to hit the ground and it's going to feel pain. It's going to break windows. Oh, boy. So that's what, they never went with my idea, but I thought, oh, boy.
Yeah, that's really...
Boom! Oh, boy. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
and that was very enlightening. I just learned a lot about the first atomic bomb, so thank you so much. So, my second question is...
Oh, God.
Yeah, who is God?
Who is God? That's my Uncle Larry.
Oh.
God is... That's right, he's old. He's very old.
Oh.
He was around, a long time ago, and he said, I got it. You're going to follow my rules. You're going to do what I tell you to do. And everybody talks about the chosen people. That's wrong. That's wrong. It was the indicated people. He just pointed.
Indicated people.
That's right. He said, I want to take the people with the big circus tent. I want to take with the big gold box. We're going on a trip. We're going. And they walked around in the desert. They should have had a map. I don't know why he didn't take a map.
Well, that was an extremely lucid response, so thank you. That clarifies things a lot.
Well, I'm old. Don't just get off my back.
That was great. So,
okay.
So this I'm really interested in the environment and how we can.
Here we go with the old boy again.
How we can try to save the environment. So my third question is how do we solve the pollution problem?
Everybody's on the pollution. Hey, it's easy. You got the stuff. You got it lying on the ground. You got it in the water. You got it all over the place. My problem, just the solution, throw it away. Yeah, it's garbage. You just throw it away. Put it in a big dumpster somewhere. The problem's solved.
That was very enlightening. Thank you for that.
It's trash.
I don't know where you've been all my life.
For most of it, I was old. No, here's what I do. I look at stuff and I buy it says it's 50% post-consumer product, right? All right.
Okay.
Then I take it, I use it. It was trash when I got it. I turn it back into trash. Problem solved. I put it in the dumpster. I throw it away.
That's
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
That's what the landfills are for. What
Yeah.
are you, stupid?
I know.
All right.
Yeah, no. Okay, thank you. So the next question is, I've read about this thing called Einstein's conundrum.
What?
That's what I'm asking you.
Well, Einstein, what a loser. Oh, this guy. You see that haircut? Hey! The guy, what he doesn't know from grooming? Oh, it's what, the same suit all the time? What a slob.
Well, I was kind of asking about his conundrum, though.
I don't care about it. I never saw it. He wore the pants.
OMG. Okay.
I never saw that either.
So my last question is, can you tell me a little bit more about alternative fuels?
Right, we didn't answer the last question.
No?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're talking about the Einstein's condom.
It was hard for me to understand when you were answering and when you weren't, so my apologies.
No one knows. I don't know. No, what do women want? I'll tell you what women want. They want it.
Oh.
They want it.
So Einstein's conundrum is, what do women want?
He was an idiot. They want it.
Oh,
okay, if you got money, they want it.
Okay.
You got a house, they want it.
Oh.
You got a 401k, they want it. There you go. Einstein was an idiot.
Okay.
All right, so we answered that one. That's
Okay.
one.
Thank you. And then I just had a question. Can you tell me a little bit more about alternative fuels?
Not at all. No, I can. Sure, of course. But this, I don't get it. People got the gasoline, they got the propane, they got the cocaine, they got all this other stuff that they run and get energy and all. What about tequila?
Yeah.
Tequila.
Okay.
That gets me going.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a tequila. Boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're just not exploited enough. You put the tequila in there, it burns.
Yeah. If I ever need to be really confused, I'm going to call you.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a public service that I provide, and if you ever have a question you want to have an answer to, please consider me somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yes, because I cannot answer just about anything.
That's awesome. That's
Thank you
great.
very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming.
Yes, now I have to go. I've got to go change my colostomy bag.
Alrighty then.
Well, that guy was. Where did he come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man. Well,
I think he was drinking before he came on.
well, who wasn't?
I'm just thinking, the listeners, if you understood what he was saying,
I didn't.
you're really messed up in the head. That's all I have to say.
Well, that's our target audience.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, really.
That's the demographic we're
Now,
shooting for.
if that made you mad, call us. Of course, there's only 3 minutes left, so there's no time.
Yes, all the people who promised to call us. Yay,
I know.
bite
We'll
me.
remember that.
Yeah,
We'll
whatever.
remember.
It's like, all of these people that I talk to, yeah, we'll call you in, and all I ever see them doing is texting and talking on their phone and so forth.
You know what? It's the Sunday.
Would it kill you?
It's the Sunday afternoon, time warp thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's you're still in the weekend, but you're thinking about the week, and you're kind of zoned out, and it's that middle of the day Sunday time warp thing. You know what I mean?
The professor rubbed off on you. Woof. Okay, whatever that means, I guess that's the explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so we're in a time warp. So I'm going to here in 2 minutes go feed the flux capacitor.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so that we can catch up with ourselves.
Oh, why don't you tell them, since we only have a few minutes left, about our guest for next week?
Our guest for next week. Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Jess Carpenter is. We have been talking back and forth. He does what's called comedy. Look at it. Comedy deconstruction, and what that is, they do. They kill a comic on stage and do an autopsy. No, they actually.
That's really great.
It hasn't been done yet. It's been threatened at some of my shows.
Yeah.
But anyway, what they do is a couple of comics will come up. They'll do their sets, and then his troupe will come up, and they will, as an improv activity, deconstruct those bits, and then just take them apart and kind of emphasize the kind of things the comic said in different ways and different fashions.
So it's kind of like a Whose Line Is It Anyway, like a kind of a spin on that.
Yeah.
Because that was I love that show.
I
remember one night we were over his place and we probably sat there we were like drinking, but we were watching episodes and like snippets of that on YouTube for like 6 hours straight.
At my
We were
house?
like obsessed.
At my house?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that, John. I don't.
And then we put on the
and we put on little hats, and then we danced around, and
no, the lady from Cars, where she tells him, "No, darling, that won't do." Oh, we have to. Oh, we probably can't play that.
that
Where
wasn't
she
Cars.
says
That was The Incredibles.
The Incredibles, yeah, that little snippet. I just
that little
over
midget
and
lady,
over,
yes.
and Edna.
Oh, you're kidding about that. I'd forbid it. That's a hobo suit dog.
Yeah, that's a hobo suit, darling.
She's my favorite.
Yeah, she's
anyway,
awesome.
you can get in touch with this fiasco at www.thedocandamyshow.com. Follow us on, and you can tweet us at The Doc and Amy Show. And John is going to send us out. We thank you for being here.
you.
See you next week.
You've been listening to the Doc and Amy Show, heard right here on WNJC 1360 AM every Sunday at 5 p.m. You can follow them on Twitter at Doc and Amy Show and visit the show website, thedocandamyshow.com. Thanks for playing along. We'll see you next week from 5 to 6 p.m.